Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy M.K.S. So I'm just making sure the door's closed. I get some privacy while making my videos. Anywho, hope everyone's doing well. Coping with the lockdown still. Sure it'll be over soon anyway. Although I feel sorry for all the people who've lost their jobs or are struggling. So obviously I don't want to make too light of the situation, but I do want to try and look on the bright side. Anyway, I've been procrastinating quite a lot today because on Mondays and Fridays I like to be quite flexible, so I don't like to have too much of the structured plan. But the problem with that is having so many ideas, sometimes I struggle to decide what to go for. So I've been struggling to get things done with all these plans I had in my head. And tomorrow I'm going to try and do plan out my day in a structure, which I talked before about what I call a timeline. So I'm hoping to wake up at 8, have my breakfast, and do some writing at 9 and things like that. So I'm hoping to get certain tasks I want to get done, all being well, between tomorrow and Sunday, or ASAP. Yeah, sometimes a lot of time it feels like 24 hours is not enough. But anyway, sorry for my waffling. But I was thinking of asking questions to the Asian community around the world, especially in Asia, but or people generally, but in particular people of Asian descent, like the Asian diaspora, and excuse me, I often feel like everybody knows, and asking a question about what they think about certain things. Like, for instance, I know there are quite a few videos from like Asian boss, like street interviews. I saw one recently where they were interviewing people from Wuhan about the lockdown and all that sort of stuff, and how they've been coping, and about a lot of their opinions and things like that. And I've seen a few of their videos, or at least part of the videos. My attention span is not the greatest, but I try to give them as much views as possible because I always support Asian projects and YouTubers. So I've been watching some of their projects, especially about what sort of philanthropy, as I would call it, or charity or whatever, they've been doing across Asia to feed people and help people. And some of those videos about single parents in Korea and things like that. But yeah, so I'd love to hear what people of the Asian diaspora, but especially in Asia itself, think about Pan-Asianism and how many people can be encouraged in countries like India and China, Pakistan, Japan, and wherever else in Asia, all over Asia, to support Pan-Asianism. And obviously, if enough people wish to support it, then they can come together against people who wish to see division, and they can also put pressure on their politicians and their government. And a lot of time in the past, I've thought about how, like, things like they say, like Islamic extremists or people like that, how they would make it very difficult to obviously unite together, because a lot of places they've attacked have been in Asia because of trade or things like that. But if they are, if they're against the West or whatever, or America or Britain or whatever so much, then maybe by not attacking Asia at least, they're helping some of the rivals. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want to get too controversial about it, but our videos are not really supposed to be against anyone really, or like against hate, or sorry, they are supposed to be against hate, but not they're not supposed to hate anyone or be vengeful or stuff like that. But generally speaking, it's supposed to be about positivity and love and things like that. So but yeah, so like, obviously, well, I say obviously, but I disagree with Islamic extremism and all that. I'm first of all, I'm not Muslim, so but also I disagree with extreme all forms of violence or extremism or things like that. So so the extremist part I disagree with, but in a way, as I say, if Islamic extremists attack places like India or China, really they're helping in terms of the economic arms race, if you like people talked about the global arms race, but now we're in like the global economic race. So in a way, I'm not sure what. Like, I'd love to know what people think about that. So I hope I'm not being too controversial or insensitive or anything like that, or saying anything negative or against any group except for extremists. Or um, like, if God gave me a choice, I wouldn't hate anyone or anything. Anyway, uh, so yeah, I'd love to know how many people would support Pan-Asianism, and I know there's some groups who don't get, a lot of groups who don't get well in Asia, but could they be encouraged to change, or could we encourage Pan-Asianism? As I've talked before about, like, dyslexic and autistic artists and people with ADHD as well, writing and drawing art and things like that, and talking, maybe making YouTube videos like this about how using like dyslexic creativity or whatever, or ADHD strengths, and autistics who can do really good art and things like that, talking about how they can help the continent to unify, and all the nations in Asia as much as possible, and like making Pan-Asian networks and groups, such as a Pan-Asian group for neurodiversity, like autism, dyslexia, ADHD, and things like that, and just also just general Pan-Asian groups, like how they can network together in making films. I talked before about how I love alliteration, so I'm thinking like of Film Fridays, so like Asian films, supporting Asian films, and like how they can support each other, and how Indian, say China and India, Chindia, can network together and make groups which support each other, network together, and also like try each other's food and help each other to export stuff. And now with much discrimination in the world apparently against people from Asia, maybe it's the best time for people from Asia to unite. As ever, I'd love to hear what anyone thinks, really. All comments or views welcome, but I specifically wish to hear from people of Asian descent, including mixed race people like myself, but full blood Asians. Really, if it was in order, that I'd love to hear from everyone. I'd love to hear more so from people with Asian blood or Asian origin or history, ancestry, sorry. And I'd love to hear even more from people who are full blood Asians, I would say, maybe. And perhaps the most would be people who are from Asia itself. Anyway, sorry for waffling if I've been waffling, but hope someone out there enjoyed this video. Please share and subscribe if you haven't done so. And thanks for making it this far if you have done so, and I appreciate any support. Peace out.